So, this message is for couples who just got married and who are struggling financially. Let me start this way. It's just going to be a rant, and I'm just going to, give out some of the things that I've learned in the course of my journey when we first got married. So, I'm going to start from marriage preparation. So people prepare for wedding. I'm sure that's a long time cliche. People prepare for wedding, but they don't prepare for the marriage. And preparing for marriage is more essential than preparing for the wedding. I remember one of the things that I did that I can never forget. I won't say I regret it because I've told myself that whatever I do in the past is the level of my knowledge and my understanding at that point. So I'm not going to crucify myself, and it's never going to be a regret. So one of the things that I did that was stupid and I can never forget was I bought two shoes. My engagement and my wedding were the same day, and the engagement was less than 3 hours because I don't have the strength or the patience to sit down and let them be doing all those ceremonies during the engagement. So I made up my mind it shouldn't be more than 1 to 2 hours or thereabouts. So at the end of the day, we bought two shoes, and one of the shoes was just for 2 hours, right? And because it's even less than 2 hours, because the time they've done all the ceremony before they invited the bride, it wasn't up to 1 hour that I spent there, and we left because they've warned me that I mustn't be late for church. Now, the two shoes are 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira 10 years ago is a lot of money. It's about, I think 50,000 naira now is about $100 or so. Yeah, it's around $100. So you imagine, even here in the US, if somebody wants to get married and bought $100 shoe, that person is not in a low class. You get what I'm saying? So it's amazing that at the end of the day, I got pregnant immediately after my marriage, and I couldn't wear the shoe for like 10 months until probably the Thanksgiving of the naming of the baby. And after that time, after 6 months, I was pregnant again. And I will say that I can count the number of times that I wore those shoes and they ended up in the dustbin. That was not wise. That is stupidity. At the end of the wedding, we were not owing anyone, but we don't have anything left. That was stupidity. So, and trust me, my husband told me, but I was the one that wasn't listening. I felt it's my day. I felt my mates are doing it, so I have to do it. And we just spend the money we don't have to let the people that don't care know that we are there when we're not really there. Because you can't be living off your parents' glory or your siblings' glory and think you are there. You're not there. You're not there. And that was what was not clear for me. Many of you, now after getting married, now you scale through. You got married. They give you some money. You set up the house. In fact, they help you to do the naming ceremony. Is that how you want to continue your life? Are they the ones to take care of the children for you? No. So it got to a time, the supports were withdrawn, and I was left by myself and my husband. And it was at that time, the reality was dawned on me that I have to be wise. For many of you, you grew up, you found your parents having nannies for you and all that. See, if you have worked so hard and have more than enough and prepare for the future or for the marriage, and you can afford to get a nanny for your baby, that is absolutely okay. But if you can't afford it, don't go for it. If you can't afford a nanny, take care of your child by yourself. Do proper time management. Get a daycare that opens earlier. Get a godly daycare that can take care of your child when you are not there. I've seen lots of people that even gave birth to twins. One of my mommy, she gave birth to twins. And she was working at Bodija International School at the time. So she really needs to look for someone to babysit the children. At a point, she really needs to look for a house help to take care of the children. And when the house help was not doing well, she needs to find another means. And they survived. Anything that has to do with life, you are going to survive. Because growth will take place. And once growth takes place, maturity will be there, and it will get to a point, the children will be able to take care of themselves. So you have to manage your time properly and be able to, save the money for the nanny. The money you're supposed to spend for nanny, you can save that money. Another thing that you should do when it comes to food, many of us, we just need to learn, because the good food are expensive, but they are affordable. It's those food that are not good food that are pretty much expensive, though they look inexpensive, but they are expensive because it will tell on your health and you will spend more. Why not do it this way? I remember a friend of mine, we were talking, and she was talking about her experiences and how the money she was getting for, our upkeep was not enough and all that. So when she explained how the money was being spent to me, then I explained how she can do it better. Instead of buying things in bits, buy in bulk. Buy in bulk. Say to see, I don't have the money in bulk. I don't have the money in bulk, but you can save the money so that you can get it in bulk. For example, if your husband is giving you a particular amount every month, or both of you are contributing a particular amount every month, don't stay in the small market around you. If you are living in Lagos, travel, go to mile 12. Go and buy yam in bulk. Buy pepper in bulk. Buy those things. Buy meat. Buy pomo. Buy fish. Buy crayfish. If you finish eating the meat and the pomo and agemawo, if you finish eating them before the end of the month, that you will get another one. If you are still struggling, you will use crayfish to support yourself. Buy akpon, buy egusi, melon, buy them, blend them with dry pepper. Buy a keg of oil, a keg of vegetable oil. Keep them at home. Sometimes by the end of the month, you won't even finish those ones. Learn to buy things in bulk. If you are going to survive financial struggle in the first 5 years of your marriage, number one, in this rant, 3 things I want you to take away from this rant. Number one, if you are going to survive financial struggles, because finances is one of the reasons for divorce in the first 5 years of marriage. So if you are going to survive the first 5 years of your marriage without financial struggle, and you'll be able to save money to come out of financial struggle and be able to invest, then you need to do these 3 things. Number one, prepare for marriage and not for wedding. One of my boss, Pastor Jibola, when he was getting married, a lot of people were abusing him. He was this, he was that, he was stingy, he was accountant and all that and all that. At the end of the day, after their wedding, they got car, After their wedding, they built their house. That's the wisdom. People will come, they will eat your food, they will give you gifts. The gifts, many of those gifts, you don't need them. When I was coming to the US, some of the gifts that I was given during my wedding, I started giving some of them out again, after all the ones I've given out. So I need you to think about that first thing. Prepare for marriage and not for wedding. The marriage is your future. The wedding is just for 1 day or 2 or 1 week, max. Prepare for your wedding. Talk about your financial situation. Talk about how you are going to move your financial situation forward after getting married. If it will mean you wait for 1 year or 2 before you have baby, go ahead and do it. But don't use contraceptive because it can cause delay when you are really ready for baby. Do withdrawal method. Use condom. Another thing that you need to do that is very essential, you must learn how to manage. Don't be frivolous. Learn how to manage. Use what you have. If it's a Tokumbo car your husband can afford, manage it with him. Because if you are able to manage with him and you are able to save more money, then you can buy a brand new car. You can buy Lamborghini, you can buy Bentley in the future. Don't live in the shoes of your parents. Your parents work so hard to get to the stage they were. They were once in your stage. It's just painful that parents don't tell some stories, especially for last born who meets the parent doing well. They probably won't understand what the parents went through to get to that stage of their life. Don't live off your parents' life. Live your own life. And the last thing I will say is learn to save. The only way out of poverty is to save and invest and let your money work for you. But if you have to live a fake life, if you have to live to please everybody, if you have to rent 3-bedroom flat or a duplex when you don't have a land, then something is wrong. Something is wrong. If you don't have a target for the first 3 years of your marriage, what you want to do about your finances, do you want to keep living in a rented apartment? Even if you are living outside Nigeria, do you know? Start finding. What does it take to be able to buy a home? What do I do? How much do I need to pay down? How much is the closing? How much is available for me, for the government to fund? With zero credit, now you can get home. You can buy your own home. Let us be wise. Women, let us be wise. Don't leave financial decisions to the men alone. Be wise. Know about finances. Learn about money. Learn about stocks. Learn about cryptocurrency. Learn about investment. Have a vision for yourself. Have a family vision and run through it. And that will make it easier for you to really experience the breakthrough you desire in your marriage. I hope I've been able to communicate something as I was just trying to get ready for the day. I was in the bedroom and the inspiration came and I said, I'm just going to drop it immediately. It's for someone. Anytime I feel that way, God is dropping a message for someone. Maybe you're about to get married. Maybe you are just getting married, or this is the first 2-3 years of your marriage and you're struggling. I want you to consider this. If you want more videos, want more audios like this, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any question, don't forget, you can reach to us at familybuildercv@gmail.com. Till I come your way again, my name is Tosi Opeoluwa, and I'm a transformational coach. So keep becoming a better you, because things work when we work it. Bye for now.